Pens lose 5-4 against the St. Louis Blues, but gain themselves a pity point. 95 points got you into the playoffs last year, so the Pens just need 94 more on the countdown. So it was a fun game. Like, that was just a fun game. Like, we had the banner raising ceremony, because in case you didn't know, Stanley Cup champions last season. There was a comeback from behind. There was goals by my Marta baby. It was just a fun game. Like, you know, there's a lot of analysis. It's game number 1. Let's just have fun and enjoy the fact that hockey is back. So the game started. I was on NBC Face Off, because thankfully it's not rivalry night, because I don't think the St. Louis Blues and Pittsburgh Penguins have a really big rivalry. Then again, that never stopped the Buffalo Sabres and the Wild having a rivalry night. The game starts. In the first 10 minutes, it's mostly the Pens. Some people will say otherwise. Murray did have to make a couple of good saves, but so did Allen. I think a lot of people missed that. However, Sidney Crosby facing against the wall with 2 St. Louis Blues just whacking the hell out of him. Well, I'm Sidney Crosby. I'm just gonna stay here for about 30 seconds. Just gonna stay here. He somehow manages to turn around and fly the puck onto Justin Schultz's stick, which was, and I mean, like, there is no further pass than you can possibly make in the offensive zone, and it was tape to tape, and it's such a little thing that you miss, but we are so lucky that with, like, as fans, we get to see that sort of pass, under that sort of pressure, just tape to tape. Schultz then buries it with Gensel out in front with the screen. Little tiny Gensel got in the way of Allen, and it is 1-0 in the first 7 minutes of the game. But however, since the Philadelphia Flyers still managed to troll us even though we're not playing them, Braden Shen scores to tie it up off a goal that, was it kicked in, wasn't it? I'm happy for those goals to count. Now, I think the rule needs to be changed to allow a little bit more kicking. Under the current rules, is that goal a goal? What is it? What are we dealing with here? Olli Marta then forces the second penalty for the Penguins by tripping Parayko, and then that puts Blues on the power play. One tie game, you know, can the Penguins hold on? Spoiler alert, they couldn't. Parayko gets it in the slot for a very easy goal. Like, he had a lot of net, a lot of time, and a lot of space. And we'll get to that about the amount of space that the Pens gave the Blues on some of these scoring attempts. So Parayko makes it 2-1. The only good thing about it is Parayko's in my fantasy team. And do not blame Marta. Do not. He is too good for you. Speaking of too good for you, he goes chop damn cheese by Downsky, son. And it is 2-2 midway through the second in a period where the Penguins looked flat. Crosby gave away his second penalty the night before the goal, and it just wasn't happening for them. But this Marta goal brought some life into the game for the Penguins, who were really on the rafters. Penguins then get a power play. Oh, no way, it gets taken away like 30 seconds in because Gensel taps someone with his stick, which happened like 30 times in the game before that. Why call that one and not all the other ones? You want to be strict with it, then call them all the slashes. I'm fine with that, but call them all. Pietrangelo then gets a lot of time and space because Sobotka kind of maybe interfered with someone which wasn't called, because it wasn't a slash. They only call slashes, that's it. And again, a very high quality shot up front of the net. And just the Penguins seem to be sucking in a bit too deep. And it was a really good wrist shot, don't get me wrong. Pietrangelo took his spot and allowed him to cut in because of the interference. It's 3-2. We did have the image of Mike Sullivan giving dad stare eyes to the refs or the kids, his kids. It was like the way he was looking at them every time it went past was just like when you're a kid and you're in a bit of trouble and your dad just stares at you and you just know immediately to knock it off. You just know that shit's about to get real. Those were the eyes that he was fucking, I'll ground you all. I will ground you all. We also had the lovely delight of Mike Milbury explaining to us why when Gensel went face first into the boards that it was a good hockey play and fine. Now, Mike Milbury didn't do a bad job. I'm sure there's some people who had their ears surgically removed that didn't mind him. However, us eared people really did have a problem with him actually talking. Which I think when you have a problem with someone talking, that's when you've got a real problem with the commentary team. We all know why he's there. It's so when Eddie Olczyk comes back, it's here you go. Trust me, Milbury's not replacing you full-time, champ. But please find someone. Give a young person a chance in that role. Why are we going back to some old dude who beat someone with a shoe once and ran a team into the ground when he was a general manager there? Well, like, what does he give fair? Like, what insight does he give? He gave nothing in that game. Just nothing. At least Pierre Maguire rattles off what bloody college team they played for, and I mean, no one cares about it, but at least he knows a thing or two about a thing or two. You can't say he's dumb. He's just mismanaged as a commentator. I think, like, he'd be a good person to have, like, a podcast that would just talk about random stories. But yeah, it's just not good. In the third period, Penguins really need a life here, and a goal gets scored against them by Stasny. Now, Sidney Crosby went down to try block the pass, and it was really good patience. Met by Sobotka, who had a very decent game, actually, for someone who was out of the NHL for like 3 years and came back last year for just reasons. It was great patience, and then the feed to Stasny, again, in the slot, very easy wrist shot, and it's 4-2. You can't blame Murray on those high percentage scoring chances. Granted, it would be nice to get a save from him in those situations, but it's game one. Give the guy a break. Eventually then, later on in the period, the dad stairs work, and the Penguins get a power play. Because Braden Shen can't get rid of that dirty flyer shooting sort of thing that just, you know, just gets in the flyers. He then tries to throw the puck out of the zone on a power play. So it is 5-3, and yeah. Just before I get to the goal, just talk about the power play. Malkin hit the post twice, but that was really the only highlight. I thought Greg McKegg had a better game than he did, which is a bit sad. I heard him more. But yeah, puck ends up getting in the zone, and then somehow, I thought Gensel put it in until the replay. You see the replay, it was actually Crosby shooting it through Gensel between the legs, and just doing Crosby things, and it is 4-3 on the power play, and the Penguins really have a chance. A second power play unit gets on the ice, and they managed to score. Russ gets it in the zone and gives it to Greg McKegg. Greg fucking McKegg! Who had an amazing game and will be referred to as Greg fucking McKegg for the rest of his life on this channel. He puts in a beautiful feed to Sheary, who doesn't get all of it, but I mean, it was such a good feed that it could have been traveling at 2 miles an hour and that puck would have gone in the net. And it is 4-4, baby. And the Penguins were rolling at that point. Penguins were penguining. That's the only way I can say it. It was at the end of the third, it was really unlucky they didn't score. They had so many chances, and Allen played very well to force it to overtime. At which Pietrangelo scored his second goal, making him tied leading goal scorer for the season. With Patrick Marleau, and again, high quality wrist shot. In the slot, you're going to get burnt, Penguins. I think that's something they need to work on. Definitely their penalty kill, definitely their power play. Probably put Schultz in their power play. Face-offs wise, they played quite well. Greg McKegg, I'm surprised that I'm saying this, had a very good game. And you know what? I think it was smart by Rutherford while the price was high to not go out and get someone to fill that role and say, no, let's see what we've got here. If we lose a few games, we lose a few games. We're Pittsburgh Penguins. We can always win some more. But getting this 1 point is still handy. It's banner raising day. You're never going to win on banner raising day. Never happens. It is always bad. So the fact we get a point, that's fine. Power play needs work. 1 out of 5. Probably could have been a little bit better. I mean, really 2 out of 5. But those first 3 chances, they didn't even get a shot on net. So maybe put Schultz in. I think putting Schultz in, take Letang out for the first 5 or 10 games. Let Letang find his feet a little bit more. Let him just get back to the normal swing of things, because he wasn't Chris Letang this game. He wasn't that. He's only just shy of it. He's still a very good player, but he's just not Chris Letang. I'm going to start a new thing called the 3-Star Awards. And so every time a star is giving out, we're going to keep hold of it and have a 1st Star of the Year award, a 2nd Star of the Year award, and a 3rd Star of the Year award. Only one Penguin was nominated via NHL.com, and it was Sidney Crosby getting the 3rd star. So 3rd star of vote number 1, Sidney Crosby. So I just wanted to keep track of it for a year. So I figured you guys can get on it too. Anyway, that is the whole video, guys. What do you think about the game? What do you think the Penguins are tracking? Do you think threepeat's on the cards? Do you think Milbury will last another week as a caller? I think he will, because NBC seem to love old people for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, thanks heaps for watching. Make sure you hit that sub button, comment down below, like. I also have a podcast called It's a Hockey Night that I do with Mike. So go check that out. I talk more about Penguin-y stuff. And if you're here, you're a Penguin fan, so go listen to that thing. It's on iTunes, on Stitcher, it's on all the things. Thanks heaps for watching, guys. See you, and bye!